Good morning, everybody. Yeah, sounds like Judge United States Marine Corps killed coming. Your old country preacher coming at you again. For some news, comments, and some other hash and trash. Well, it never ceases to amaze me how the president and all the dummies up there, how they're doing it to our country and to the American people. Joe Biden, along with Nancy Pelosi and some others, AOC, the squad, the dummy department, encourage people, these writers, go out to the Supreme Court justice, which is totally illegal. But they didn't care. Along with Schuler, who made his speech on the Supreme Court steps, calling out Kavanaugh and a bunch of others, that they changed the tide of wind and they're going to be sorry and all this other stuff, causing the lives of these justices be in jeopardy. One one judge moved his whole family, scared. Yet, the bill that's to help for giving more protection, Nancy Pelosi sat on it for 2 months. Finally brought it before the floor for a vote. AOC and some of the others voted against it. Said it did not cover far enough, and it did not. It was not the right thing to do for the justice. Just leave them out there to hang out to get killed or murdered if they wanted to. But this is kind of a government we got. Now, I'm going to question the mentality of Joe Biden. And there's probably a lot of evidence to prove it. The fanning the flames of hate and discontent for everyone who goes along with their agenda. Now, this abortion law has never come before the Supreme Court yet. But yeah, they are rioting and placing their lives in danger. For what? Because someone leaked what was the opinion of one of the judges. Sad. But they know they got a radical bunch of people that would do their bidding. They know that. And you got idiots like AOC and their squad who really goes out of their way to bring disgrace to themselves and to the Democrat Party. Boy, I tell you what, if I had the Democrat Party, I'd get rid of that bunch. AOC went on to social media and made disturbing comments about the Democrat Party, how far they went, how to hijack when people were when they leave for the go on their days back to their constituents in their own counties and states, how to hijack a vote. Sad state of affairs that you got. This idiot has got so much control of what she says. Now, I got a question with this. Which one is most an idiot? Her or the ones who listen to her? I mean, it's a toss-up. It's not heads or tail because both of those are idiots. Both of them are stupid. I say this again, Washington D.C.'s got this new saying, I ain't going to be smart and you can't make me. And they don't care about the American people. Joe Biden's coming after your tax retirement dollars. See, he's doing everything he can to pay for this new Green Deal that he can't get passed through Congress. Yeah, right now he's entertaining the senator from West Virginia, trying to sway him back over to vote for it. And we know that it's something that's going to even make the United States worse. But yet, a normal person with a rational mind would not pull this stuff. This is the mind of someone that's sick, that has no reason to be a leader of the free world. You know, one time Joe Biden's IQ score was 124. Check it out, it's not that. It's about 1 point above zero. Dirt. 1 point above dirt. In fact, dirt's smarter than that. I can see the pride of being gay. Now here you got a small group, actually, of American people who are sounding and crowding some of the loudest of them all about their rights of being gay and their lifestyle. And they got high to all heavens, and the Democrat Party, they're patting on the bottom, go along with their lifestyle, because there's a lot of Democrats that fit in that category. There's a lot of Democrats that probably want to be transgenders. But because we do not go along with their lifestyle, then we know what our Bible says. We're racist, we're woke, white supremacists, anything that's ungodly. And you got an idiot like George Bush that's up there and call us that. And he needs to be run out of the United States on a rail. But they wanted to holler their rights. Well, we have a right also to stand up for what we believe. And we have a right not to be called names that we're not. It's a disgrace that this so-called president of the United States called the American people terrorists. Some of the very same people who fought and defend this country. Oh yeah. FBI made another high political arrest. This time he struck everyone as suspicious. And the FBI made an arrest that caused Joe Biden this giant headache. Businessman Ray Kelly is a GOP frontrunner in Michigan for the governor nomination. The FBI arrested him on Wednesday on 4 counts of misdemeanor related to his activity at the Capitol on January 6th. The FBI arrested Kelly after just hours after Joe Biden went on Jimmy Kimmel late night talk show and joked about how his strategy was to deal with the Republicans was throwing them in a federal prison. Joking? No, he wasn't joking. He was serious. And that just goes to show you, Jimmy Kimmel, I mean, that's a laugh, that's a joke with himself. He's one of the main problems in the United States too, because he gets on late nights and talking all this trash up. This is not the first time the FBI meddled into Michigan's politics. Not the first time. They meddled in about the kidnapping of the, I think of the governor. The FBI fabricated that. Fabricated. So they can make arrests for what? That's so silly. It's stupid. Let's go show how stupid these people are. Yet, our tax dollars is paying these idiots' paycheck. Because it was very clear that the FBI had trapped men, and the jury either acquitted and failed to reach the verdict on most of the serious charges against the kidnappers. Ever since the Russian collusion hoax, the FBI has rolled in a coup against Donald Trump. Millions of Americans now see the FBI as a political enforcement of the Democratic Party. Well, let's see now. I don't think that Hillary Clinton's went to jail for any of the criminal acts she's done. I mean, she broke security with having all that kind of security classified information on her computer, on the emails. Nothing ever said about her about Benghazi, which Americans lost their life. Everyone that associates of the Clintons who have passed away all committed suicide. Epstein, he didn't commit suicide. They had one of the key members commit suicide, and the weapon was so far from him. I guess he just flew out of his hands. See, the thing about it is, nothing's said and done. I mean, Obama was in collusion about this Michael Flynn thing, how they haven't investigated it, and it cost him everything he had. Yeah. He knew about Joe Biden and Hunter's dealing with China because there's something that came out that might be a conflict of interest. That was swept underneath the floor. Sold us out to Iran. Paid him good money to take a deal that he know that he's going to give more money to buy more stuff to enrich the uranium. Oh, yeah. See, these people that are supposed to be doing this kidnapping of the Michigan governor, it was a plot. The FBI, the conclusion, a hoax, because there was Trump supporters. And that's right. Trump supporters. See, the Democrats are using the FBI to go after Republicans and Trump supporters. If they had their way, they would lock up every person who voted for Donald Trump for exercising their God-given right as an American. Oh yeah. You got The View. That's where these group of women get up there and they're supposed to fix all the problems in the United States. And they're so radical. And Whoopi Goldberg, that's a racist if you want to get go. And these women, I tell you what, I think they all drank out of the same fountain as AOC. Because I believe all of them are brain dead. Stupid. Some of the comments that a normal person in their right mind with good common sense would not make. Things have been proven to them and they still won't accept the truth. But you've got many Americans sit there and listen to it. They'll sit there and listen to this trash. This BS and trash that come out. Now, let me tell you something. I don't want this to reflect on women who are intelligent. We got some of the most brilliant people in the world, the women who are most intelligent and capable of doing a lot of good jobs. I mean, highly productive. And give some men a run for the money. And some women are more intelligent than men are. But if you look at this view, those women are brain dead. They're racist, they hate, and they spew it out. Their legal advisor says that she believes that Donald Trump will be indicted for January 6th. Now, you know, if anybody on the right mind, and I've seen things on Facebook, Mark Levin, who played actually part of what Donald Trump said on January 6th, that in no way, shape, or form or fashion that says go down there and right the Capitol building, go in there and hurt people. Not one bit in his statement he made. But you got Democrats that had not even listened to it. Only listened to what CNN or MSNBC said and took it as gospel and repeated it. That's what he did, and he didn't. And if you ask them, did you see it yourself? Oh, yeah, I see it. Well, either they didn't see it, or they're lying, or they couldn't accept just exactly what was being said. These are the same people now, the Democrats, who are right now suffering like us Republicans, or let me say this Republicans, us conservatives. Because I think Republicans can't fit in that conservative patriot group. I'm a conservative. Sometimes I get a brain fart and I say Republican, but I consider all kind of the same group. Or suffering like we are. And someone says, well, I don't like Joe Biden. Well, my God, you thought you was the greatest thing since peanut butter. I had a family member told me, instead of coming out of my face, that he's the most honest man that they've ever met or they ever seen. Swore him down that Donald Trump was a liar and a crook. But yet they live good underneath his administration, you see. Well, how good are they living under now? And I haven't said, people say, well, they were afraid that Donald Trump was going to be a dictator. Well, what in the name of God you got now? This bozo writes executive orders that are totally against the law, that breaks the law. And he even tells people don't even pay attention to what the Supreme Court said about it. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Had a black Democrat predicted. Democrat predicts violence and a civil war if Republicans win big during the midterm. I wonder who they're talking about now. Are they talking about the Republicans causing a civil war? Or the Democrats? Because if you look what's going on right now, if you look what the Democrat Party supports, and they support it because they don't stop it. Black Lives Matter is a domestic terrorist group. Anytime you got a group that goes through towns burned down and looting and everything like that, and take over federal buildings, but yet they want to hammer January 6th. But these people are out just protesting. It's just they're exercising their right as in the cool of the evening, I guess. When American people's businesses were burnt down, they were charging people restitution to go into their shop to open up for business, charging them their group over these circumstances. Black Lives Matter broke through a gated community, and people stayed on the lawn to protect their homes from being looted or anything like that. And he went and had to go to court for staying on their own property, protect their own property. Now, you tell me that the judicial system's good, right, straight above board. Attorney General is appointed by the president. And we know what Barr was when he was Donald Trump's Attorney General. Most of the time he's a joke. He leaned more to the Democratic Party than he did the Republican Party, which was what we stood for, right? This idiot, Bowman, New York Democrat Representative Jamal Bowman, has predicted that the nation will experience violence and civil war if Republicans win during the midterms. Strong words. They will impeach President Biden as quickly as possible, and they will continue to find ways to impeach him going forward, Bowman said. Wow. They haven't come to a vote yet, and yet he's having us, the Republicans, impeaching Biden. But let's wait a minute. Let's check something. How many times did the Democratic Party brought Donald Trump up for impeachment? And what about what's going on now? You got American paid millions of dollars for 3 impeachments. And now they're paying all kinds of money to January 6th to keep one man from running for president because they're afraid. Because if he wins the president, all this hash and trash and this socialism and everything like that is going to be stopped. The Americans will have their gun rights. You won't have to worry about the FBI coming after moms and dads who stand up to the Board of Education that don't want their kids taught gay and sexual things in school. They would say, good God, it's sickening. And they want to teach how to feel ashamed for being white. I've been talking about how bad they are for woke. And you got moms and dads stand up and says, no, I don't want my child taught that. Not only white Americans, but you got black Americans do the same thing. They stand up and say, no, we don't want this. But yet, the National Board of Education would have taken people hauled in as terrorists. According to them, they know what's best to raise your children. I tell you right now, anybody who sends their kids to public schools, if there's any way you can homeschool them, please, you need to. Kids that are homeschooled are not faced with racial slurs or things like that. Now you think, well, that's black. No, I'm talking about white. You got white kids, but racial slurs made against them. Like, it's their fault because they're white. Or they should be ashamed for being a white. I got news for these idiots. God made me white. Now, if you got a problem with that, you go talk to him. Because if you approach me and you start criticizing me for being white because I'm not, and you start calling me things that I'm not, guess what? We're going to understand each other right quickly. That's facts. Oh, preacher, don't the Lord says you turn the other cheek? He didn't say stand there and let your face be beat in. He didn't say stand there and let him knock you to the ground and kick you around like you're some kind of dog. No, my Bible don't say that. Well, you're not supposed to get angry, upset. Hey, let me tell you something, folks. Jesus took the cord off the veil in the temple, and with the money changers who bought and sold out of the temple, said that they turned his father's house into the den of thieves. Jesus, God said, throw them out. My Bible says there's also a time and a season for all things. So you read your Bible before you start telling me and correcting me. Because I got news for you. I'll take you right back to the Word. Sure enough will. Joe Biden said the Second Amendment is not absolute. Not absolute. Folks, let me tell you something. Think about this. The man is sick. He's mentally sick and incompetent. You think about it. There was an email, a confidential email revealed that the Obama administration was concerned about Hunter Biden was undermining the U.S. anti-corruption efforts in Ukraine. That came out under Obama. You know, when Joe stood over and told the president of Ukraine, if you don't fire this prosecuting attorney, you're not getting the millions of dollars. I'm leaving here in 6 hours. Joe Biden made it, stood on national TV and made a comment. Told about it. And he said, I'll be a son of a bitch if they did not fire him. And he laughed about it. This is the same situation the Obama administration was concerned about. I wonder how much did Obama know about Joe selling out to China? But now Obama's supposed to be one of the greatest presidents we ever had. Well, yeah, I guess if you want somebody who preaches racism, because I got news for him. Him and his old lady both are racist. Each governor will try to take up to protect the borders of Mexico. every state that borders on Mexico is going to have to take steps like what Texas is doing to stop the immigration illegals. Joe Biden just gave an order to the Border Patrol not to apprehend illegal immigrants. Now, folks, something needs to be done. We got anything and everything come across that border. Now, you got the FBI know it. Border Patrol knows it. And they're getting ready, the Border Patrol are getting ready just to walk off. Because they don't see no reason why they're there. They get accused of something they didn't do. Because that's how the Democrat puts it. So they can say, well, yeah, that's the reason why we need to close down the border, because you got Border Patrol with a horseman beating the immigrants. Not so. They push the lines to get their way. Now, we all know that it's illegal. Joe Biden has broke the law by opening up the borders. Continue breaking laws. Nothing been said or done. You got right now in the Senate can take steps to stop some of this trash. Yeah. In the name of God, though the Democrat senators in House of Representatives are concerned about what they're doing to our country, to their own constituents. I mean, you got senators, Democrat senators and House members who's supposed to be for the people of their state. They're starving to death, can't get the gas, everything's going wrong. But yet they won't do nothing to stop it. They just keep going on with this acid trash. And that's a shame. Now, for all these good, upstanding Democrats who are gun owners, who appreciates the Second Amendment, aren't you glad you voted Democrat now? I guess Donald Trump was a bag of trash right now, huh? Because he didn't come after your guns. He made sure you had money getting your gas tank, and you got the gas. He had money to feed your family. People were working. People were getting that, living the American dream. Well, now you got American nightmare going on. But now this person up here is supposed, they said he's mentally competent to do the job. No. In the name of God, somebody stand up and take a stand for the American people. Somebody wake up and take a stand. You don't want a man out there running around taking a stand for America who is the former president of the United States. And I would say the best president we ever had. And the people are coming to him right now. If you put Joe Biden out there and you put Donald Trump and you see how many, what crowd that goes to who, Donald Trump will have the bigger crowd every time, hands down. Because he talks and he proves himself to be for America first. Joe Biden is for China first. Stop arresting illegal immigrants. Okay, now I got it. Who is going to tell the guy which ones of the terrorists come across there? And who's going to stop all the illegal weapons that they're trying to get off the street that's going to come across the border by the gang members selling them here in the United States? All the fentanyl, all the drugs and everything like that. What about the child slavery? What about all the rape and murder and all the other stuff that comes along with these upstanding citizens that come across the United States, across the border? For the American people, the house and clothes and everything else. But yet they won't take care of the veterans. They won't give the military what they need to defend our country and give our service members a decent pay raise so they can feed their families. They're more concerned about the illegal immigrants coming across the American people. But yet, no one in Washington, D.C. wants to set up and say, whoa, wait a minute. You got a few, yes. But the Republicans, like Cruz and some of the others, Kennedy, there's some good, solid Republicans standing up there and taking a step trying to help for the American people. But you got edge like who woke, I'm not woke, but rhinos like Cheney and a few others. You got right now so-called Republicans are turning against America's Second Amendment rights. Lindsey Graham, McConnell, Mitt Romney. Now that's a joke. And these states, the states that has these rhinos, yeah, they come to you wolves in sheep clothing and you bought into them. But you don't have to do it again. You can vote them out. And I got some here in my own state of North Carolina, Barr and Tillis. Yeah, you talk about rhinos, we got rhinos right here. Right now, I don't live in the city of Asheville. I live out in the county, in Keller. But the city council want to pay restitution to the black community for slavery of their ancestors. Oh, well, that's stupid. You gonna pay restitution for all the Native Americans that you relocated? A lot of them died on the Trail of Tears. How many Native American nations that died of smallpox because you gave them blankets? You gonna pay them restitution? Well, I'll tell you what's the winners, man. We got some people in our government that really are brain dead, stupid, trying to make a name. What is it such a big deal about being liberal? That you want to give everything away? That your kids and your grandkids, everything like that, still be paying for it? You know, this thing about Kelly, they arrested him. Now, the magistrate says, U.S. magistrate says that he's got to turn in his guns because of January 6th. What happened to being innocent to proven guilty? They said that he was up there in it. He went on national TV on Fox News and told Carlson that he was not in that Capitol building. They did attend Donald Trump's rally. But what about innocent to proven guilty? That he's got, his Second Amendment rights. Hey, come on now. But that's your federal judge. You got to remember they're going after every GOP candidate. They're going after them to find all kinds of. Look at what they did to Herschel Walker right now. They got every bit of dirt and trash, everything they can. Because that's the way the Democrat Party works. You can tell when they're lying, you can tell they're crooked because they move their mouth, and you watch your hands. They're always trying to get in your money, in your wallet, in your bank account. Joe Biden proved that when he wanted to hire all those additional IRS agents, and he wanted to know if you got up to $600 in your savings account. Want to know how you spent your money. Now, you worry about Donald Trump being a dictator? If that's your case, you're so... People who believe that is so stupid. Any so-called American buy into this Democrat trash is stupid. They need to get a psych evaluation and a piss test because they must be on some kind of drugs. That's a fact. We have got serious problems right now, and it's because we have one man in the White House that's supposed to be called and will not accept the fact that it's his fault that we're in the shape we're in. He keeps telling us that, hey, the economy's great. It's great. Why you blame me? What do you blame me for? Every nation in the world's got a economic problem. Why are you going to blame them? I'm sorry, Joe, we don't live in Russia and any other country. We live in the United States, and you're the bozo supposed to be the president. But just instead of a lot of the American people telling us Putin's fault because we got high gas prices when we got a gas line there, a pipeline that you shut down. And the very day you set it down was the very day you took office, and it cut out 10,000 jobs right off the bat, and that's when the gas prices start going up. Wall Street said, whoa, this man's gone crazy. The gas prices start jumping up. You got a clown, he's a clown, he'd go back into other nations that are enemies of our state to sell us more oil, begging, and paying an outrageous price for it. He's not, the American people are. There's so many federal regulations on the energy people. Why? Because they want to get you into batteries. And I want to tell you something now. Let me tell you. Who's the darling of that idea? Who's the genius that came up with that? AOC. Oh, yeah. The darling of the Democrat Party. These idiots try to force American people to buy cars that are not even being made now. They can't be made because they don't have enough chips. Because they sold the chips to China. They need more than we did. But they wanted to, for all Americans to get, they got to go green and drive an electric car. Well, I got news for you. How are you going to charge those batteries? Because your energy infrastructure is not even, can you hold that? And not every vehicle on the road is going to be electric. Because you ain't going to have no electric semi-trucks. Oh, no, baby. Any half-wit boyfriend understand that one. Try to 80,000 pounds. How many pounds it would cost you batteries? How much of batteries would be to have to load on that to haul, to get the power to haul that truck? And I got news for you. Ain't no battery-powered semi-truck gonna climb up some of these mountains of West Virginia, Tennessee, and North Carolina, or the Rockies. They won't make a semi-truck that can do that with a battery power. You can make a truck, but you'll be carrying 80,000 pounds of batteries just to keep it going on the road. You ain't going to be hauling anything. The railroads can't handle what? Because most of your stores, most of your places right now are not set up to receive products by rail. Not ever since the truck explosion in the United States, how it all went by semi-truck. All your warehouses used to have rails that they brought cars in and they'd unload them, but not now. They're not there. So if you're counting on semi-trucks being electric to haul your food and whatever, it ain't going to happen. And these idiots will expect people that buy into it. You know what gets me is they think we're so ignorant that we can't figure these things out ourselves. Now, I guarantee you, we got some ignorant people, and most of them are Democrats, because they don't want to accept the truth. Because they're brainwashed by CNN, MSNBC, and some of these other radical fake media. But for us who research and we look at all aspects of the news and we research what we're looking for and what we find and to know the truth, you might want to try it. Because the Bible said the truth will set you free. Now, I'm in the process of doing some things on my YouTube. I'll be doing Bible studies, going to God's Word. And I'll be doing things like this as far as politics. To let people know where we're at. The day and time of things are going on. What's right and what's wrong. But I'll guarantee you that when I pick up things, I measure by the Word of God. If it's right or if it's wrong. That's my measuring stick. That's where I make that final decision. Is this right or wrong? Because of what my Bible says. Right now, we got this midterm election coming up. But we got people right now that you need to get in contact with your state senators and the House of Representatives and hold their feet to the fire. And I told Tillis, I'm telling Bauer, I'm going to work everything I can to get you replaced. They had no business representing the conservatives of the state of North Carolina. And we got a governor there that's a bozo Democrat that he's so radical liberal it's pathetic. They seem like the more radical, the dumber they get. I mean, a lot of these politicians, they can send their kids to homeschool and private schools. They don't put their kids in public schools like a lot of people do. The security has means to carry all these weapons and high value magazines and the bulletproof vests and all these other stuff that they want to outlaw. The red flag law that will take away your constitutional rights. If you got some neighbor that says they're afraid of you, they go to a judge and they come out and they take their guns because as neighbor, you have a conflict. You might just have a few words over your property line. Oh, he threatened to kill me. and they come and take your guns. And I said this before. They want your guns because you cannot protect your home and you cannot protect the Constitution of the United States. That's the reason why the Democrats want your guns. Well, this video's been a long video, and I hope you people watch it and follow me and everything like that. Set it, hit the subscribe button, tell your friends, whoever. The word needs to get out. People need to hear what I got to say, because I'm telling the truth. And we know that Facebook don't put a lot of effort in getting my videos out. We know why. Because their founder is a communist, cartoon, liberal, socialist. I think maybe one of the prerequisites for you worker, you got to be a socialist, anti-American, anti-Second Amendment, anti-freedom of speech. Because that was the case, a lot of our videos and a lot of conservative words would get out. So we'll see how far Facebook let these go out, which I don't expect to go out too far. Listen, I love you. I thank God for you. I'm praying for you and your family. I really am. There's a warning coming. Be prepared to be ready. We got to be ready. But you got to read your Bibles and pray and seek the will of the Lord. I'm telling you, if we're going to make it, that's the way we're going to make it. By His divine leadership and guidance. And you're not going to get that from CNN. And you won't get the Bible read from Fox News either. You have to find that for yourself. So until next time, God bless you. We love you, love your family. Thank you for joining me. Thank you. It means the world to me. It really does. So goodbye for now. Oh, by the way, I love you.